Morning. I am Mrs. Hayden. I am super, super excited to get to know you this semester and meet your instructional needs. With that being said, I'm going to share my screen real quick and we're going to get started. A little bit about me. I live in Fairfax, Oklahoma on a cattle ranch with my husband and three kids. I have my associate's degree, my bachelor's of science in elementary education, and my master's of arts elementary teaching and learning. I'm super excited to transition from a brick and mortar where I've taught previously for several years from pre-K to fifth grade. And I'm excited to transition to a virtual setting for the flexibility for my family. And my goal this year is for us to learn new things. We're going to create new opportunities and expand our minds to new experiences. I'm super excited to watch us all grow this year. And I think it's important that we work together as a team to meet your instructional needs. With that being said, I have some best ways to contact me with my office hours there. And we're going to dive into our STAR data. So based on the STAR data, I've created an instructional plan just for you to meet your needs where you're at. So we're going to fill in some gaps this semester to hopefully move your red line to a blue and green line. With that being said, we're going to dive right into this phonics and word study skill, specifically letters and sounds. Based on your diagnostic screener, it gave me a good starting point of where we need to start out. So with that being said, your instructional plan looks a little bit like this. We're going to go on a 3-day week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's going to be about 25 minutes each, and then stuff on your own as well. Each day is going to kind of have the same routines and procedures. We're just going to start with a warm up. We're going to have that focus skill. We're going to do a bit of phonemic awareness next few weeks. That's how we hear the sounds, and we can manipulate the sounds. Then we'll always have some kind of visual and auditorial, some kind of hands-on, some kind of text to read and comprehend at whatever level it is we are at the time. And then we're going to connect that focus skill to our application. And then it always has some kind of wrap up. That might be an exit ticket, a check-in, an observation. That'll just give me a better understanding of where you're at and how successful the lesson was to see if we need to continue on or maybe go back and reteach some stuff. Because the thing with the reading is it's like building blocks. Okay. In order to become a successful and confident and fluent reader, we have to have these blocks filled in solid. So that way we don't miss anything. Because if we miss one little step of the way, it could crumble that reading plan. So in order to meet you where you need to be, we will always do some kind of exit ticket and check-in. So with that being said, this week, your end of the week assessment looks something like this. So that tells me if we need to go back and hit something else a little bit extra, or if we can move on to the next focus skill. You will always have an extra practice tab in iExcel. You'll see that with the yellow star. This week is B6, learn the letter M. And you will also see on iExcel a video of someone teaching it to you. It might just be in a different way that I taught it. So that way, if maybe you wasn't quite getting something with what I taught you, you might be able to watch that video, a couple minutes, and it might be able to help you understand better. So there's a link for this week's letter M. And you'll always have some student resources on each weekly slide. This week we have the alphabet chart. And we have the letter M articulation, how we hold our lips when we're saying that sound. And then you'll have, then here's some more supplements to help you really understand that letter and sound. And then also you'll have some family resources after each slide or lesson. And this week, it kind of goes over the structured literacy plan and what science of reading is and what I'm going to be helping your child with this semester. And it gives you the vocabulary you might hear me use. You might not be used to that. But it'll help you it'll just kind of give you a little rundown each week of what maybe I think you need to know that'll help benefit our successful team. There are 5 pillars of literacy, and like I said, we're going to be working on this phonemic awareness and phonics the next few weeks. We'll touch a little bit on some of these, but my main focus are these 2 pillars right here to help fill in some of those gaps that we see are missing on that benchmark. And this is this week's parent letter. These will be some of the skills we're working on each week. This is letters and sounds and what you can do, some activities you can do on your own, and also just gives you some more resources to help understand it better. So that way you know how to teach those things when I'm not around. So my goal for your child is that they're going to become a successful and confident reader. And so I'm super excited to meet them exactly where they're at. And I can't wait to start our journey together and just see how much growth we can overcome this semester. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I am super excited to get started.